Micheletti on the call.
Lynn Humphrey with tonight's national anthem. The goaltenders for tonight's game, as we mentioned earlier, Tim Cheveldae, unbeaten in his last 5 games, 4-0-1, will be in for Detroit, and Curtis Joseph, who came in and relieved Guy Hebert for the start of the third period Thursday night, back in goal for the Blues. The officials for tonight's game, our referee is Dan Marawelli, and the linesman Bob Hodges and Jerry Pateman. One other important game that's going on right now, Toronto playing at home against the Montreal Canadiens. They lead 1-0 in the first period on a goal by Mike Kushelniski. So we're all set here at the arena, and here's Ken Wilson for this first period.
Thanks very much, Joe Micheletti. We're glad you folks have joined us here tonight. Huge crowd, a lot of enthusiasm. The Blues are 1-3-1 against the Red Wings this season. They only win that 1-0 win on January 11th in Detroit. The Wings won here in October 6-1. In November, they played a 2-2 game. Now the Blues get the puck, shoot it in. Cheveldae knocks it into the far corner. Bozon plays it behind the net for Rich Sutter, but it's tipped away. And up the near side, Gallant stopped by Zombo, and a Rich Sutter shot goes high off the glass to Cicerelli. He banks the puck ahead to Yzerman. Gallant's the left wing. Puck shot in by Yzerman, and it deflects off of the stick of Joseph and the glass and into the crowd. And right away, Brian Murray is going to change lines. He has Howe and McCrimmon coming on now with Burr, Cummins, and Probert. So the folks here will get a look at Bob Probert right away.
And we talked about Steve Yzerman the other night about all the trade rumors. 3 times he's been offered to the New Jersey Devils for Stevens, and New Jersey has turned it down. But Yzerman now in his 10th year. It's amazing. He came into this league, started playing when he was just 18 years of age, and for the 7th time will be in the All-Star game.
The crowd is ready because not only has Probert come on, but he is matched up against number 39, Kelly Chase. Here they go. They run into each other. They're just about ready to fight, but decide to kiss and make up. The puck comes to the right point. McCrimmon, a shot to save. Cummins, a rebound, and it's batted away by Curtis Joseph. And the Wings come close to scoring there. Then Chase is checked at center ice by Probert. And Howe starts to the neutral zone, shoots the puck in for Detroit. Boy, there's electricity here tonight. Hennigan behind the net, plays the puck into the corner. Then Chase misses a check from Cummins, drops his glove. Chase and Jim Cummins. Cummins, a first-year player out of college, and Chase. Cummins throws a right that misses. Chase grabs him. They're going to let him go. The referee, Dan Marawelli, taking care of all the other players, telling them to go to center ice. Cummins and Chase really going at it in the corner, and Chase certainly holding his own, getting some good cuts in on the 22-year-old out of Michigan State, Jim Cummins. Now they're up against the boards. Chase with his back to the glass, but Cummins not getting anything really free. Chase strong, tough, and Chase has proven in his NHL career as a fighter to be very durable. Boy, they're still going. They've got to be exhausted by now. Missed with a roundhouse right, and Chase got in a swing, and Cummins went flying to the ice. They're on their feet at the arena. Just 54 seconds into the game, Kelly Chase and Jim Cummins get into a great fight. Now Probert's going to go with Lowry. Everybody goes. Then Zombo and McCrimmon, and everybody pairs up. It's out of control. McCrimmon's down on the ice. Zombo. Here comes Cheveldae. He'll be thrown out of the game. Cheveldae. Now Joseph gets into it. Curtis Joseph grabs Cheveldae, and the 2 goalies go at it head to head. And Joseph with 3 great rights to Cheveldae. And we've got some terrific fights going on.
And Cummins came out of the penalty box as well.
There are sticks and gloves everywhere. The 2 goalies having a great fight at center ice. For those of you watching that on television, we'll try to update you on everyone else. Dan Marawelli has Cummins out of things. The 2 linesmen are working on separating Lowry and Probert. Basson is out there tied up with one of the Wings players. And now I guess fatigue setting in a bit. Holy cow, what a way to begin a night of hockey here at the arena in St. Louis. Listen to this crowd. American was involved with Howe. Mark Howe, believe me, is quite a peacemaker. He's not a fighter by any stretch of the imagination, though I can guarantee you he's tough. And they finally separate the two goalies. Now Probert has been escorted into the penalty box. The linesman goes in with him, and they have a police officer there.
Well, Probert actually he was standing on the chair trying to get at one of the fans over the glass in the penalty box. Well, you talk about a test for Dan Maruelli. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening here.
Now in front of the Blues bench, Zombo and McCrimmon, and Butcher is right there. You can bet he's giving McCrimmon an earful. Wow, what a start.
I thought they stopped these brawls back a few years ago.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since we've seen them. This reminds me of the 1950s when they really had some granddaddy brawls. And I can tell you, you've never seen many where the goaltenders have gotten involved. Those are really few and far between.
Yeah, it really is. You know what's going to be interesting here to see what Dan Maruelli calls in regards to the goaltender. Cheveldae was the first one to leave the crease and come out to center ice because at the time Probert was paired up with Lowry, and then Zombo jumped in to help out Lowry, which was a good move. That was an overmatch right there with Probert. And so then Curtis Joseph came out. Now the backup is Jeff Sargent, who hasn't seen any action, and he is the backup, whereas Detroit has Vincent Riendo, who has a lot of experience in the league.
Yeah, the first thing I thought about, and I expressed it, Cheveldae has to be thrown out of the game when he comes out of the goal all the way to center ice. The danger then, Joseph should, you know, on one hand, you don't want Joseph to leave the crease.
That's right.
On the other hand, you got to say, hey, the kid shows a lot of spunk. If they're going to have an extra man out at center ice in the fight, he's going to get out there and be part of this team. So, you know, it's a good side, bad side situation.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm sure Curtis had a few hesitant steps in leaving the crease, because I'm sure that's on his mind right now. So it'll be some time before they sort out all this. Now Jim Cummins, he'll be out of the game. He was already in the penalty box and then came back out, leaving the penalty box to get back involved in the situation on the ice. So Cummins will be gone, but boy, there's a lot of gloves and sticks and sweaters and all kinds of good stuff up there on the ice now, isn't there?
This is a real tough situation for Dan Maruelli, who I'm sure was aware of the third period the other night in Detroit. But you know, one way to go is to throw the book at everybody. But boy, you got a lot of hockey to play when you start throwing 4 or 5 players aside out of the game. And if you were to throw the 2 goalies out, what do? You get somebody injured in goal. Boy, there are a lot of questions, and another example of why refereeing in this National Hockey League is not very easy. We're only 54 seconds into the game. We have had a wild melee. The Wings and the Blues are scoreless. Let's take a break. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
And this all started right off the faceoff in the Blues zone. Kelly Chase was lined up. Detroit won the faceoff. Chase and Probert came together right after the faceoff. And then Detroit with a couple of good chances, and Curtis Joseph with 2 great saves. But these teams pushing and shoving, and Ken talked about the intensity. Probert came right back after Chase in front of the Blues zone, or in front of the Blues bench, I should say. And then the puck went right back into the Blue zone, and that's when Cummins ends up coming right after Kelly Chase. They decide right there that they're going to throw down the gloves and get this thing started. And they went at it. These referees, these officials let this thing go for a long time. Kelly Chase and Jim Cummins, who is a big boy that has spent most of last year in the American Hockey League, but is regarded as a real tough guy in the American Hockey League. And they had a pretty good battle there. Both Chase and Cummins, with Cummins finishing on the bottom of this thing. And then right after it all finished, it looked like everything was fine. And then players started going at it with Probert and Dave Lowry. And then when Cheveldae, the Detroit goaltender, noticed that Lowry and Basson were on top of Probert, that's when Cheveldae decided to leave his crease, come all the way down the ice. Curtis Joseph watched. He decided to do the same thing. They got squared off for a couple of goaltenders.
I guess Curtis won that one. That was a no contest, by the way.
For a couple of goaltenders. It wasn't like the first one we saw tonight, but they did okay. They've got a lot of equipment on and trying to get their arms free with all that equipment on.
Cheveldae just wanted to hang on after a while, didn't he? Boy, Curtis, for such a calm fellow, look out.
Yeah. Well, Curtis is he's a real good athlete. He's very strong, keeps himself in great shape. Cheveldae not quite the same type of athlete as Curtis Joseph. They finally end up just grabbing on, and Curtis tries to bite him. Well, they're still trying to get all this straightened out. The official's still over at the referee's bench.
Yeah, I think Dan Maruelli, to try to save some time, has gone right in there. Not going to talk through the little hole in the glass. He's gone right in. I think he's going to write it down for them and get it all straightened out. So the referee has left the ice. He is over at the scorer's bench. Let's summarize it for you now. Kelly Chase gets 5 for fighting and a 10-minute misconduct. Curtis Joseph, like Tim Cheveldae, gets a 2-minute minor for leaving the crease. Dave Lowry gets 5 for fighting and a 10-minute penalty for a game misconduct. And the other end, Jim Cummins, 5 for fighting, 2 for leaving the penalty box, and a double game misconduct. And Probert gets 5 for fighting and the 10-minute major the game misconduct, as did Dave Lowry. So there's the summary, and the captains, Brett Hull and Steve Yzerman, discussing it.
And I guess Dan Maruelli figured that with the two goaltenders fighting, the type of fight it was, he might as well just give them both minors for leaving the crease. There was absolutely no damage done at all.
They didn't even give them 5 for fighting. I think they would have liked to tell the grandkids about that. 2 minutes for leaving the crease. You won't even remember that.
That's right. That's right. Grandpa, well, show me the show me the box score. Show me the box score.
It says 2 minutes.
Yeah,
you must have tripped somebody.
You left the crease. You didn't fight anybody. and that's certainly a positive for the Blues, keeping Curtis Joseph in the game and not having to go with an inexperienced Jeff Sargent.
Looks like Cheveldae's left eye is quite puffed. I'm telling you, Joseph beat the heck out of him.
He really took some punches. I mean, he really took some punches, and his left eye is swelled.
I think that we have just witnessed Tim Cheveldae's last NHL fight. He should retire.
He's laughing, but he was very close to getting the standing 8 count.
As Bob Basson go into the penalty box, the Wings have Dino Ciccarelli and another player in their penalty box, and the Wings are going to end up a man short for 2 minutes after all that. So we'll have a neutral face-off. The Blues are on the power play, and they win the draw. So you've got Hedican and Hull on the points, Janney, Miller, and Shanahan up front. Killing the penalty, Yzerman and Burr, Racine and Lidstrom in front of Tim Cheveldae. No score. Here come the Blues to the red line. Hull. He shoots the puck in off Burr's stick. Into the corner, Shanahan. He loses it, but the puck back to Hull at the right point. Hull, far side. Miller, a one-timer, goes wide. Lidstrom gets the puck, can't clear it out. Hull keeps it in. Along the near boards to Janney. In the corner to Shanahan. Behind the net to Miller. Out to the left point to Hedican. Moving the puck well. Right point to Hull. Straight away to Hedican. Back to Hull. Along the near boards to Janney. The puck hops over his stick. Cleared up the boards by Lidstrom to Yzerman. And he shoots at the length of the ice. A minute 10 to go in the Blues man advantage. Just underway here at the arena. Hedican in front of his net. Feeds the puck up to Janney. Right wing to Miller. Miller at center ice with a bouncing puck. Over the line to Shanahan. Shanahan with a puck ahead to Miller. Far circle. Behind the net. The puck gets away. Falling down, Konstantinov. Shanahan back to Hull at the right point. Left point to Hedican. Inside to Miller. Away to Hull. He has a pass shot knocked down. Fedorov clears the puck. Through center ice. After it, Yzerman. Way out. Joseph. He can't get an empty net. Yzerman centers. Hits the side of the net. He's knocked down. And Joseph tips the puck in the corner to Hull. 25 seconds to go on the man advantage. Hull across the ice to Emerson. Through center ice. Left wing to Janney. Pass back for Emerson. Intercepted. And cleared the length of the ice by Vladimir Konstantinov. 2:40 gone. No score first period. 10 seconds to go in the Blues man advantage. Quintal to center ice. Ahead to Ron Sutter. Now to Bozon. Far left wing. Too far for Giles. Here's Brad McCrimmon. Taking possession of the puck at his own end. He clears it through center ice. Back into the Blues zone. Ciccarelli is on. And the Red Wings penalty is over. And we're at the 3-minute mark of the first period. Period delayed 54 seconds in by a wild melee. Blues hemmed in a bit in their own zone. Bozon behind the net. Feeds to QUINTAL in the corner. He handles the puck a bit too much, and the Blues are fortunate to get the puck out. It'll slide back into the Detroit end as both teams are changing. McCrimmon, who's on defense with Howe. A pass deflects through center ice. There'll be no icing. Joseph at the side of the net leaves it for Butcher. He clears up the far boards to Bozon. He'll just send it to the neutral zone. Here's Primo shooting it in for Detroit. Joseph leaves the puck behind the net for Murray Barron, who's on with Butcher. Up for Rich Sutter. He lets the puck sail by on the length of the ice. Back to touch at Yves Racine, and an icing call against the Blues. So there have been 2 shots on goal. They were in the first minute by Detroit. The Blues not only didn't score on the power play, but Bob Berry's new look power play was unable to get a shot on goal.
And again, what Detroit did was very similar to what they did the other night. A lot of pressure on the Blues defense on that power play. Hull was never able to get any shots because as soon as he got the puck, somebody went right after him right away and forced him to move it, and then their defensemen reacted aggressively as well. But in this first period, Ken, it's interesting to see what Detroit is doing. They're just dumping the puck into the Blues zone. Meanwhile, a good shorthanded chance for Paul Eisenbach. Curtis Joseph actually made a good play because when he realized that he couldn't get to the puck, he actually played the man.
Face off in the Blues zone. Barron taken out by Ray Shepard. The puck behind the net. Butcher gets it. Butcher up the far boards. Just clears it out. Here's Racine near his own blue line. Here boards to Lidstrom. Nicholas Lidstrom stick handles into the St. Louis zone. Backhands the puck into the corner. Barron with it behind the net. Can't get it out initially, and then it hops over Racine's stick. And the puck back in the Detroit zone. Here is Lidstrom. Under some pressure, clears the puck off the board. It comes in front. Ron Sutter can't get a shot. The puck to Hall. He scores! Number 31 for Brett Hall. The puck took it. Aaron bounced off the boards. Came in front. And after a couple of attempts, Hall with a lone shot beats Cheveldae. And the Blues take the lead 1-0.
And actually, Brett Hall caused that play to happen. Not the bad bounce, but when Lidstrom got the puck behind the net, he wanted to go around the boards. He looked up. Brett Hall had anticipated that, went right to the boards. That made him try to go high off the glass, hence the bad bounce. Ron Sutter picked it up and flew around a little bit, and with a bouncing puck, Hall with that quick shot is able to beat Cheveldae for the lead.
Puck went off the glass out of the corner, may have even hit a body, and it was a very good move that the puck made in front of the net for the Blues. Back to action. At center ice, Sheldon Kennedy shoots the puck in. Joseph plays it up the far board. Shanahan with it. He'll clear it out. Here's Kennedy again. 4:17, Hull's 31st from Miller and Ron Sutter. Detroit dumps it in. QUINTAL behind the net. Clears it along the far board. Shanahan with it. Ahead too far for Emerson. And back in his own zone, Bobby Dallas. Leaving the puck for Sheldon Kennedy. Deep for Dallas. Up too far for Fedorov. And here's Emerson at center ice. Grabbed onto by Fedorov right below us in front of the Detroit bench. And he and Kennedy pin the puck against the boards to stop play. 5 minutes and 6 seconds into the game. Again, Hall gets his 31st at 4:17 on the Blues' first shot on goal tonight.
Boy, and that quick release, that puck bouncing around a little bit. Ron Sutter, even Kevin Miller had a whack at it, but Cheveldae tried to clear it, and it took one bounce, and Hall timed that thing perfectly as the puck came back down off the ice. As soon as it hit the ice is when he connected with the shot, and Cheveldae, because he was out trying to make the play, was a little off balance and out of position, and Hull beat him.
From center ice, Barron shoots the puck in. He's on with Butcher. Up front, Wilson, Rich, Sutter, and Bozon. Good forechecking by the Blues. Yzerman has to clear the puck out. It'll slide to Joseph. He clears it off the far boards for Butcher. Up the ice at center ice, Bozon can't control. Yzerman leaves the puck at the red line for Howe. He'll shoot it in. It comes right in front, but Joseph sweeps it away from Gerard Gallant. Yzerman along the board, centers, right circle, a shot by Cicerelli. Good save by Joseph. An equally good chance for Dino Cicerelli, and Joseph holds the puck.
Well, Cicerelli, such a good goal scorer, and the key to his scoring goals is his ability to get the shot off quick. What a pass from Yzerman to Cicerelli, who let go a quick wrist shot from the right dot. Curtis Joseph making the save and then is able to cover up on the puck after it flipped up in the air.
Sergei Fedorov, number 91 for Detroit. Natural centerman in his 3rd season, just 23 years old, from Russia. On with Kennedy and Yzerbark. Kennedy forces the puck behind the Blues net. Giles covers him. Hedican tries to clear it around the boards. He fans. Now a battle in the corner. Yzerbark comes out of the corner. In front, Kennedy, backhand shot. He scores. And Detroit ties it. No question about it. That all developing after rookie Brett Hedican mishandles the puck behind the net, and we're tied at 1.
Well, that's the first mistake by one of the Blues' young defensemen. Hedican had a chance to clear right after the face-off as the Blues actually won the draw, and Hedican goes behind the net to make the play after Kurt Giles was back there as well, and he fanned on the puck. After he got good control of it, he had a lot of time. He fanned on it and then followed it up to the corner where he was also beat in the corner, and that provided a 2-on-1 in front of the net. Now Giles was the other defenseman in front after Hedican lost it. Yzerbark to walk out with it. Giles goes down. He tries to sweep at the puck and actually missed it. And Kennedy just took his time, went to his backhand, waited for Curtis Joseph to go down, and tied the game.
Play resumes at center ice. The wings carry over the line. Sheldon Kennedy feeds in front. A shot by Fedorov, high and wide. Along the near boards, QUINTAL steps into Kennedy. Barron gets the puck ahead. Lidstrom knocks it down. Hull gets it, clears it out. At the red line to Ron Sutter. Ron Sutter, Hull, and Miller move in. Detroit gains possession, and it's cleared to center ice. Ron Sutter with it. Across to Barron. Up ahead on the left wing to Miller. Over the line to Hull, trying to cut in. Lidstrom forces him behind the net. Lidstrom clears the puck up the boards. Yzerbark bumped there by Miller. The puck tied up. Janney tries to knock it ahead. It comes to Hull. Now a pass back for Janney. Far boards to Hull to Janney. One-timer. Great pad save by Cheveldae. Yzerbark can't clear the puck out. Hull keeps it in, but he's unable to get a shot. Yzerbark behind the net, clears the puck off the glass and out to center ice. Both teams are changing here. It's 1-1. 7 minutes gone to the blue line, and a butcher slap shot kicked out by Cheveldae. Hedican moves in, slaps the puck behind the Detroit net. Konstantinov clears it off the glass. It comes to the wings. Carson, he clears to center ice. And Janney across for Hedican. He can't handle the pass. Moving in the wings. They're dangerous. In front for Primo, and a tip-in attempt is fanned on as he's set up by Shepard. Janney back the other way over the Detroit line. Moves into the slot. Leaves the puck. Hedican straight away. Shoots. And a blocker saved by Cheveldae on Hedican. Ray Shepard screams up the right wing. Cuts to the middle. Passes off to Primo. Over the line. He stops. A pass across the ice behind Shepard. He centers and hits Jimmy Carson. And he falls down and loses the puck. An elevated pass. Carson was all alone in front of Joseph. Janney at center ice to Nelson Emerson. He tries to move around Dallas. Can't. Sends the puck behind the net. Konstantinov is checked there. Checked by Bobby Bassett. Now Primo starts out. His pass too far. Here's Giles in the center circle. Left wing to Wilson, trying to move in. He can't get around Konstantinov. Checks him. Steals the puck. And Bassett has it stripped away. Here's the veteran Jimmy Carson just shooting the puck in for the wings as they change. It's 1-1 here at the arena. QUINTAL from behind the net. Far left wing for Bassett. He gets to center ice and he's stopped. And Detroit dumps it in. QUINTAL knocks the wing player off balance, and he'll get a penalty. Dino Ciccarelli cutting in on the far right wing, and QUINTAL hooks him. Hall and Kennedy have scored. It's 1-1, and this is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Welcome back to the arena. The Blues and the Red Wings all tied at a goal apiece. Stephane QUINTAL goes off. 2 minutes for hooking. He let Dino Ciccarelli get behind him and just got his stick on his left leg, and Ciccarelli was knocked off balance, and Dan Maruelli sends off QUINTAL, and Detroit will have their first power play.
Now the puck cleared out of the Blues zone. And the Blues send the puck deep into the Detroit end. Mark Howe is back with the puck behind his net. Detroit's power play, 5th in the league at about 23%. The Blues and the Wings, as the Wings are offside at the St. Louis blue line, have virtually the same numbers on the special teams. Both power plays successful about 23% of the time, and both penalty killing units successful about 82% of the time. I mean, it's a toss-up either way.
Yeah, and the advantage for Detroit is that they're very deep in talent. For their second unit, they can put Fedorov out there on the second unit and still be very formidable along with Isabart and their defense as well. So they've got a lot of personnel, and they just interchange a minute for each unit. And they can continue to keep the pressure on throughout the length of the power play.
This game is 1-1 coming up to the 9-minute mark. Detroit with a man advantage. Lidstrom brings the puck out to the red line. Shoots it in. Joseph lets it go behind the net out the far side. A battle for the puck along the boards. Yzerman behind the net to Shepard. Back in the corner to Yzerman. He's got Howe at the right point. Lidstrom at the left point and gives the puck to Howe. Back along the far boards to Yzerman. He moves into the circle, side of the net, trying to force it in. Burr, he can't. Now Shepard feeds out along the near side to Yzerman. Straight away, Lidstrom a drive, and Joseph gets a piece of that. There's going to be a penalty here against the Blues. A shot from the near boards by Yzerman is caught and held by Joseph, and there'll be a penalty against the Blues. Murray Barron, and of course, QUINTAL already has 54 seconds remaining in his penalty.
Well, what happened on the power play is that as soon as Detroit got control of the puck, they put Sean Burr right in front of Curtis Joseph to try and distract him. So he stayed in front the entire first minute of this power play, and then Murray Barron ends up cross-checking and knocking Burr down right in the crease, and Dan Marawelli is no more than 10 feet away from the play, and he makes the call.
Remember, there was an altercation 54 seconds into the game, a rather large one that started with a Kelly Chase Jim Cummins penalty. And Jim Cummins, after he went into the penalty box from that fight, came out of the penalty box. Consequently, ended up getting a game misconduct for that action. That same thing happened with the Wings late last season. In fact, last February at Madison Square Garden in New York. And the NHL likes to penalize coaches as well when he can't control his players. And this incident tonight could come back to haunt Brian Murray. We'll tell you more about it. Wings set it up. Far circle to Racine. Straight away to Yzerman. Left circle to Carson. A shot right on. It may have been deflected by Cicerelli, who was right there looking for the rebound. But Joseph able to make the save, and the Blues are 2 men short for still 42 seconds.
Well, they had good control of the puck, and Jimmy Carson is going to end up with the puck from Yzerman. He shoots it right away, and Kurt Giles went down, and it actually deflected off of Giles first, and then over to Cicerelli on the side, who deflected it. And Curtis Joseph made a great save, getting his pads together and not allowing that puck to get through.
You know, Joe, Rule 66 in the rule book, the coach of the team whose player was the first to leave the players or the penalty bench during an altercation, the coach will be suspended automatically for the next 5 regular season games. Straight away, Yzerman, right circle, and a shot by Racine right on. The Wings with 1 man at the point, now in front, and Fedorov scores. He comes from behind the net and scores. A 2-man advantage, reminiscent of the second period Thursday night in Detroit. And the Red Wings capitalized. Jimmy Carson did it in that game. And tonight it's Sergei Fedorov to make it 2-1. And I believe it's the same score as that game.
Well, Fedorov ends up picking up the loose puck because Butcher left the front of the net to try and get to the loose puck. That creates a 2-on-1 in front. Curtis Joseph has to play the shooter on that play. Even though there's a player open on the other side, he has got to play the shooter all the way in the puck. He starts anticipating a pass. He spread his legs apart a little bit, and Fedorov with the quick shot just hit Curtis Joseph's stick and got through him for the goal.
2-1 Detroit. The Blues get QUINTAL back, but they're still shorthanded. 1:20 to go in the Barron penalty. Here come the Wings. A pass too far on the far boards, and Hedican shoots the puck the length of the ice. So if we read the rules right, because of Cummins' action, Brian Murray is going to miss the Red Wings' next 5 games. Here's Racine to center ice. He shoots the puck in. It goes behind the net into the near corner. Howe up on the play. Overskates the puck. Cicerelli behind the net to Fedorov. To Racine at the right point. Now Howe gets the puck at the left point. Back across to Yves Racine. Now to Howe straight away. Right circle. Fedorov, a shot, and that deflects by Joseph. And out of play. The Wings, as I was mentioning, basically putting one man at the point as often as they can, and then a player in each circle wide. Kind of a different formation that you don't typically see on the power play.
Now, what they're trying to do is by leaving a player right in the crease, they're trying to get the Blues' weak side defenseman to commit himself and go to the net. That leaves a big gap open over on the weak side for that other forward, for the other forward to take the shot. If a Blues defenseman doesn't go in front, then you've got the defenseman. They're looking up all the way. If there's no one in front covering that player in front, they're going to throw the puck right at the net and try for the deflection.
The Wings lead it 2-1. They are out shooting the Blues 11-4 in this period. The Blues still shorthanded for another 40 seconds. Burr centers for Shepard. Miller there to clear the puck away. It comes to the near boards, and Kevin Miller shoots at the length of the ice. Let's recap the 2 Detroit goals. 5:51. Kennedy, his 13th from Eisenbach. Now the Blues intercept Miller. He'll come to center ice with it. At 10:01, Fedorov is 23rd from Racine and Yzerman. A power play goal with the Blues 2 men short. Now 15 seconds to go in the Detroit power play. 8:40 to go in the first period. Lidstrom rink wide to Yzerman over the blue line. He'll curl at the right point. Now into the far circle, straight away to Lidstrom. Shot right on. Joseph the save. Howe gets the puck. Right point to Yzerman. Barron back on. A shot from Lidstrom. That goes wide. Yzerman feeds along the near boards. A shot from Shepard off Quintal in front. Knocked down by Giles. He has the puck covered. And referee Dan Marawelli will stop play. So the Blues are finally back at full strength. 8:14 to go, first period, and they trail Detroit 2-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Well, Hull scores. Kennedy scores to tie it. Fedorov gets a power play goal with the Blues 2 men short to give Detroit the lead. When Carson scored the power play goal in Detroit the other night when the Blues were 2 men short, it tied it at 2. It was the Wings' second goal, but it tied it. Now the Blues work the puck in. Hull after it. Beaten to it by Dallas in the corner. Up the boards, Bassett battling Eisenbart, and Bobby Dallas with the puck. Behind the net to Vladimir Konstantinov. Up to Sheldon Kennedy. Ahead at center ice for Keith Primo. 2-on-1. Hedican back. Pass in front. Eisenbart shoots. And he hits a side of the net. Detroit getting a 2-on-1 with Hedican back. Butcher takes a man out behind the net. Eisenbart tries to center, and Butcher intercepts near the goal. Around to Bassett. He runs into Konstantinov. Boy, the crowd likes that. Behind the net, Butcher ends up with a puck. Clears it up to Ron Sutter. Now to Hull. And he'll clear to center ice. Dallas feeds it across to the Russian, Vladimir Konstantinov. He shoots the puck in, and both teams are changing. Quintal back for it. 7:12 to go in the first period. A pass too far on the far left wing for Shanahan. And the Wings with a puck come out of their own end up to Yzerman. He'll backhand it in. Cicerelli after it along with Giles, longtime teammates. Cicerelli stumbles into the boards. Shanahan gets the puck, clears it up for Janney, but McCrimmon pinches in to stop the forward progress. Now a battle in the corner for the puck. Shanahan gets it loose to Janney, but he's stopped by McCrimmon. Then a centering effort by Gallant. Broken up by Giles. Quintal clears up the boards, and the puck comes to center ice. Shanahan has it. Right wing to Emerson. He winds up a shot right on and turned away. Rebound. Shanahan scores! Brendan Shanahan on a rebound, and that puck seemed to kind of take a funny bounce. It looked like after Emerson's shot and Cheveldae's save, the Wings would control, but Shanahan makes it 2-2.
Well, Emerson decides to take a long shot from just inside the blue line, and then Detroit is going to have a chance to clear the rebound. 2 Detroit players overskated, Racine and McCrimmon, and that allowed Janney to pick up the loose puck, give it over to Shanahan, who made no mistake at all. Both McCrimmon and Racine skated right past the puck. An alert play by Janney to Shanahan, and this is the 5th time that these 2 teams have met. That's the first goal in the 5 games for Brendan Shanahan. We have a 2-2 game.
Boy, it's been a wild one so far, hasn't it? Barron shoots the puck in. Cheveldae stops it behind the net. Here's Lidstrom for Detroit. Near left wing to center ice. Yzerman backhands it in. Joseph mishandles it for a moment. Gives the puck to Barron. He can't get it out. Howe pinches in. Sends the puck behind the net. It's centered. Oh, a shot right on, and Yzerman stopped by Joseph. Now Butcher back, right wing, too far for Rich Sutter. The puck the length of the ice, back to touch at Lidstrom, and an icing call against the Blues with 5:55 to go in the first period. Shanahan's 26 from Janney and Emerson at 13:26. And another thing that's very noticeable, the Blues in their own end having problems getting out. Not only Detroit forechecking, but the Detroit defensemen continually pinching in, really making the Blues work hard to get out of their own zone.
Yeah, they really are. And we talked about Brendan Shanahan, his first goal in 5 games. It's also his 24th birthday today, so that's a nice present for Brendan Shanahan. But that's something, Ken, that the Blues are going to face all night. The Detroit defensemen pinching along the board. The Blues wingers are going to have to be strong.
The puck near the Blues net, and Giles will backhand it out. A race for it into the Detroit end, and Ron Sutter slowed up, and here's Konstantinov in front of his net. Too far for Shepard. Hedican takes over. He'll shoot it in. Backcourt, Bobby Dallas. Ron Sutter heads for him, bumps him, but he gives the puck to Primo. Over in the right wing to Ray Shepard. Now flying up the right wing, Konstantinov. He likes to get the play in front of Carson. Ooh, shot blocked by Giles. That was a good opportunity, too, for Jimmy Carson. Blues shoot the puck into the Detroit end. And the Blues, who have come back to tie it at 2. They led at one time 1-0. Quickly changed. Shepard stopped at center ice by Janney. Shanahan ends up with a puck at his own line. Across near side to Quintal. He gets to the red line, shoots the puck in, and hits Konstantinov. Dallas ends up in possession, and he clears it through center ice back into the St. Louis zone. It's 2-2. Under 5 to go in the first period. The Blues and the Red Wings. Blues can't do anything. Wings at center ice. McCrimmon moves the puck ahead. Fedorov to Kennedy. He's over the line, but is stopped, and Janney clears the zone. Brad McCrimmon, the veteran, back in his own end for the Wings. Leaves the puck for Fedorov up the middle to Kennedy. Takes the pass well off his skate. Right wing to Yzerman. Offside. Offside Detroit. 2-2. 4:34 remaining first period.
Now Brendan Shanahan ties his game up at 2-2 with that goal, and that gets the crowd back into it. And just after that goal, Detroit came right back down, and Kurt Giles made a great block of a shot. Now, Ken, that's something the Blues defensemen are really going to have to be careful of. Twice in the last 4 minutes, Detroit has come back down 2-on-1 when they pinched in.
Detroit shoots the puck in. Joseph out of the crease to play it, but it's offside. Wing. So Paul and Shanahan have scored tonight for the Blues. Kennedy and Fedorov for Detroit. Brett Hedican, boy, he's going to get all the ice time he can handle, isn't he?
Experience in a hurry is what he's going to get tonight. And just going back to what I was saying a minute ago, he pinched on that last opportunity by Detroit. They've got to make sure that if they pinch up, they're going to make sure that that puck stays in the zone and they don't allow a 2-on-1.
Here's Hedican charging, circling the Detroit net, but cannot finish off the play. He's ridden heavily to the boards by McCrimmon. Yzerman breaks out to Fedorov. Over the line, 2-on-1 in front for Kennedy. A shot, great save, and the puck on the line, cleared away by Rich Sutter. Howe from the blue line, a shot, but the net is loose behind Joseph. Oh, Rich Sutter came along at the perfect time. That puck wobbling right near the goal line.
Well, what happened on the play is Hedican got involved in the play offensively, and he was taken out in the Detroit zone. So Detroit comes back 2-on-1. Barron was with Yzerman and then couldn't stay with him. Yzerman got the shot off that Joseph made a save on, but a great play by Rich Sutter. He was the third guy coming back into the play, and he just follows it up looking for the puck all the way and is able to clear it before Fedorov can put it into the empty net.
I think the big question coming into this game, I really do think it's the biggest question. How will the Blues defense play? And I think in all fairness, and you've pointed it out, and so have I, the defense has struggled in the first period.
Yeah, they're struggling and they're playing too loose. I mean, they can't get in a situation where they try and make up for the offensive points that are going to be lost because of the fact that Jeff Brown is not in the lineup anymore. They've got to continue to stay back and do what they can do. They are not offensive defensemen. They've got to hang back and play good, solid defensive hockey. If they open up and continue to play this way against Detroit, Detroit's going to score a lot of goals.
Detroit shoots the puck in. The Wings have outshot the Blues 16-6. Giles up the wing. Basson tries to get out. Can't. Then Yzerman loses the puck. Basson clears to center ice. It's Yzerman, Gallant, and Cicerelli. And the Blues shoot it in. On with Racine and Lidstrom. Racine back behind his net. Pressured. Taken down by Rich Sutter. The puck goes high in the air. Here's Wilson. In front. Rich Sutter alone. He fakes. Oh, can't get a shot. Poke check by Cheveldae. He sends the puck behind the net. Far corner. Here's Wilson. Behind the net for Rich Sutter. He's bumped by Racine. Yzerman takes the puck. Clears it up to Cicerelli. It comes off of Giles to Lidstrom. Then he is checked, and there'll be a hooking penalty called against Ron Wilson. 2-2. 3:17 remaining in the first period. Detroit will go on the power play. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Intercepts, clears the zone. 4 seconds to go. Dallas at center ice, a pass ahead, and time will run out. That's it. Boy, what a period. It was about an hour ago that this first period began. And of course, the highlight, I guess, and probably to be most remembered, at 54 seconds, Jim Cummins and Kelly Chase got in a fight. When the fight stopped and Cummins was in the penalty box, more fights broke out. Cummins, a game misconduct. Probert, a game misconduct. Lowry and Zombo got game misconducts. That was about an hour ago. Meanwhile, Hull has scored twice. Shanahan has a goal. Kennedy and Fedorov have scored for the Wings. Man, what an hour. After a period at the arena before a full house, the Blues lead the Red Wings 3-2. Next Saturday.
Well, Brett Hull with 2 goals in that period. He made an adjustment 7 games ago. He changed the curve on his stick. He used to have a stick where the blade was curved from the middle of the blade to the tip. And 7 games ago, he started changing the curve from the heel all the way to the tip. And he said it allows him to shoot the puck harder.
We're underway. And the Blues shoot the puck in. Both teams begin the second period at full strength. Blues get the puck. Rich Sutter into the corner. Tipped in front to Wilson by Bozon. He goes behind the net. Konstantinov clears it up ice. Kept in at the blue line for a moment by Butcher. Then Cicerelli clears it out. Butcher shoots it back in. Here's Yzerman in his own end. Across to Lidstrom. He clears it out, but Gallant too well covered by Butcher. And then Wilson shoots it ahead. Rich Sutter at the Detroit line knocks the puck down and dumps it in, and the Blues are changing. On Brett Hull's first goal, Miller and Ron Sutter assisted. They have taken the assist away from Miller. Now the Wings back. Yzerman trying to set up Cicerelli in front. He never saw the puck. And the aforementioned Kevin Miller breaks out of his own end. Nice move to the red line. Into the Detroit zone. He stops at the right point. Feeds off the boards for QUINTAL. QUINTAL shoots the puck behind the net. Swept up the near boards by Cheveldae. And the Wings clear it out. Now Giles backs to his own blue line. Shoots the puck off the near boards to Hull. He feeds to the middle. And Kennedy intercepts. Up to Fedorov. There'll be a penalty in front. Yzerman all alone. Backhand shot. Stopped by Joseph. But there'll be a penalty called against the Blues. And the Blues here with a 1-goal lead are going to be shorthanded early in the period as Ron Sutter goes off.
And Detroit again continues to get some of their players behind the Blues defense. A 2-on-1. Yzerman is going to end up with it, but Ron Sutter had taken down the Detroit player at center ice, so he goes off for tripping, and Detroit will be back on the power play. But right after that play, Detroit came in 2-on-1 with Yzerman with the chance. Again, no Blues defense around. They were both caught in the neutral zone area, and they came in and had a good opportunity to score. Curtis Joseph made an outstanding toe save on Paul Yzerman.
Out of town, Budweiser scoreboard. Chicago beats Hartford today 6-2. Canucks and North Stars a 3-3 tie. Boston at home leading 6-4 over Jersey in the third. Buffalo at Quebec in the third 2-2. Tampa Bay a 2-1 lead in the second over the Sharks. Philadelphia trailing by a goal in the second at the Island. And we'll have the rest of the scores for you in a moment. Play in the Blues zone. The puck to Rich Sutter, and he'll shoot at the length of the ice. The penalty tripping at 125 to Ron Sutter. Toronto has a 4-0 lead over Montreal. Calgary in the first, leading Pittsburgh 1-0. Edmonton in the second, leading 5-3 at Winnipeg. And Washington at home in the second period leads Ottawa 3-2. So there you have everything. Here the Blues lead 3-2. 2 minutes gone. Second period. Wings with a man advantage, controlling the puck in the blue zone. Back to the right point to Mark Howe. Ahead along the near boards to Dino Ciccarelli. Barron breaks his stick, hacking Ciccarelli. Now the Blues really in trouble. Howe shot, deflects right out off Fedorov, and Joseph a great save and holds the puck. And that not only keeps the Wings from any further opportunity, but it allows Barron to leave the ice and not have to play without a stick.
Well, Barron breaking his stick, as you mentioned, trying to get the puck from Ciccarelli. The puck comes back to the point. Howe with the long wrist shot. He sees Fedorov in front. Butcher was trying to get over to cover Fedorov, and that play by Fedorov, he's able to tip it, but Curtis Joseph makes a great play. Long shot by Howe. What a tip by Fedorov, as that was labeled for the short side corner, but Curtis Joseph coming over and making an acrobatic save.
Well, Curtis Joseph has won a fist fight tonight. He'd like to win a hockey game.
Yeah, but he didn't get credit for it.
Yeah, but no love lost between he and Tim Cheveldae. They ended up in a fist fight in that melee in the first minute of the first period, and there's no question he won the fight. Howe at the right point. Detroit with a man advantage to Fedorov. Back to Howe. Wrist shot goes off Ron Wilson wide of the net. Still a minute to go on the Detroit man advantage. They are 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. They scored in the first period when they had a 2-man advantage. In front, Howe along the shot. He scores. Oh, what a setup there. They don't come any nicer. Ciccarelli from the end boards, almost to the far corner. Mark Howe cruising in from the right point, and he buries it to tie it at 3.
I'll tell you what happened on the play. Now, QUINTAL is the defenseman in front, along with Giles. QUINTAL is the weak side guy. Now, he's going to go over and leave the front of the net to try and cover Fedorov, who cuts through. He leaves that area vacated. That allows a lane right from Ciccarelli to Mark Howe, who read the play perfectly. He walks in from the point. The lane was wide open, and Ciccarelli is seeing it all the way, and just a perfect pass to Howe, and Howe puts it in for his first goal of the year.
Mark Howe, his first season with Detroit, gets a power play goal at 2:23 of the third period. Again, as Joe says, his first goal with Detroit. Of course, the other out 40. His dad scored a few with the Wings. Mark Howe, 20 seasons in the NHL and the WHA at age 37. Blues will bring the puck to center ice. They lose it. Burr over the line. Gallant, good chance. Ooh, shoots it wide. Along the near board, Shanahan tied up by Konstantinov and Yzerman. Shanahan falls down. A shot hits a leg. Burr centers. Gallant, a shot right on. What a chance. And Shanahan slaps the rebound down the ice. 3-3. Here still early in the second period. Sean Burr for the Wings across to Dallas. He gets to the red line and shoots the puck in. Joseph leaves it at the side of the net. Whacks it up to Emerson. Now to Janney. With Shanahan through center ice. Janney over the line. Loses the puck as he's checked by Racine, and Lidstrom clears it out. Hedican at the red line tries to shoot it in. Hits Racine with it. And here come the Wings again. Shepard in a crowd, and the puck just slips over the St. Louis line. Shanahan brings it out over the red line. Winds up. Long shot over the net. Off the glass. Here's Racine. Both teams are changing. Young Yves Racine to his own line. Bumped by Basson. The puck goes to Butcher. He feeds it ahead. Tipped in by Brett Hall. He'll race after it behind the net against Lidstrom, who makes a nice play. Up the right wing to Shepard. He'll go back deep, send the puck off the boards behind the net to Racine. Blues doing some good forechecking. Then Chase almost steals. Shepard has to weave back after Racine recovers. Now a pass to Lidstrom. Great forechecking. Chase, Hall, and Basson. And Basson runs a Wings player. He takes Racine almost through the boards. Wings come to center ice. Over the line, Carson. Near wing to Shepard. He's checked by Giles. Now Primo back to Shepard, but Giles there. Then QUINTAL intercepts. Carson thinks he has a shot. Doesn't get it. Pass it ahead to Hall. He's got a breakaway. Fakes. He shoots high. Misses the net. Rebound in front. Basson fans. Primo clears for the board. Skates to center ice. Great action at both ends. Through the neutral zone. Primo trying to cut in on Hedican. Nice poke check by Hedican. And he controls in the corner. Gives the puck to Bassett. Oh, Bassett's played great. He'll go off with a feed to Chase. Chase over the line. Drop pass for Wilson. Misfires. Fedorov back the other way. Ahead to Kennedy over the line. Drop pass to Fedorov. Ooh, he shoots high. At the right point, McCrimmon can't keep the puck in. He plays it at center ice to Howe. His pass hits Rich Sutter. The puck in the air. Knocked ahead and back into the Blues zone. Here's Hedican. He hits Ron Wilson with a puck. It's in front of the Blues goal. Wilson knocks it down for Butcher. Howe scores from Carson and Cicerelli. Detroit's second power play goal. Now Yzerbark steals in front to Kennedy to Fedorov. A drive. Oh, baby! What a save! What a save by goalie Curtis Joseph. He takes a sure goal away from Sergei Fedorov. 3-3 at the arena. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, Brett Hull had a chance for his first hat trick of the year. A great pass from Basson to Hull, who walked in all alone. He waited for Cheveldae to make a move. Cheveldae stayed right with him, and Brett Hull shoots it over the net.
Boy, what a chance the Wings had when they came back the other way, huh? Boy, it looked like Fedorov was just going to bury it.
Yeah, giveaway by Hedican, and that allowed Fedorov to get the chance.
Face off in the Blues zone. They shoot the puck out. It'll go deep into the Detroit end. Konstantinov, who is on defense with Dallas, picks up the puck, carries it in front of his net. Yzerman centering Burr and Cicerelli up front. Konstantinov's pass hits Wilson. We've got a real tenacious checking line on here for the Blues. Bozon, Rich Sutter, and Wilson. They're doing just that. Forechecking right here. Behind the net, Dallas takes out Rich Sutter. Bozon slams into the mitts. Rich Sutter with the puck behind the net. Trying to get in front, can't. Leaves it for Bozon. He'd take a shot. That angle. The save, Cheveldae. Bouncing puck on the rebound, and Bozon can't connect. And then there'll be a penalty. There'll be a penalty called against Vladimir Konstantinov. And hard work, tenacious forechecking there, pays off for the Blues. They'll get a power play as a result. Came close to getting a goal as a result.
Well, you don't think that this line has a tough assignment tonight. Ron Wilson against Yzerman's line, but they put on great offensive pressure here. All three players in deep, putting pressure on the puck. Bozon's in there. He just tries to slide it into the crease, and Konstantinov takes down Ron Wilson to the right of Cheveldae. And that's the penalty, and the Blues will go on the power play as Konstantinov goes off for holding.
6:06 the time of that penalty to the 25-year-old. Now the puck in the wing zone. The Blues lose it. The Wings clear at the length of the ice. Hedican is on with Hull, Miller, Janney, and Shanahan. The Blues' new look power play. Hull almost loses the puck. Miller covers up, skates behind the net, picks up speed. He winds her up. Up the right wing, bumped by Yzerbark, tripped by Yzerbark, no penalty. And the Blues shoot the puck in. Yzerman back, can't clear it out. Right point, Miller in front to Hull, a shot just wide, may have gone off sliding Brad McCrimmon. Blues dig the puck out, left for Shanahan, side of the net, Miller in front, a shot, save, Blues puck. Oh, Shanahan losing his balance as he takes a shot. Hull at the point to Hedican. Far right circle to Janney. Bouncing puck back to Hull. He can't keep it in, but fortunately he doesn't let Fedorov get away. Janney, great stick handling at center ice over the line. Can't get around McCrimmon. The puck cleared out. Hedican has it. Over to Hull. Hull works in on the right wing. He's got two already into the corner in front. Out of the reach of everyone. And the puck swept down the ice by Sean Burr. Way out of the crease to the blue line, Joseph. Ahead to Janney as the wings are changing. Near wing for Ron Sutter. He tips the puck in the corner. Yzerman back. Tries to clear it ahead. Can. He's tied up by Ron Sutter. And now Dan Marawelli stops play. And he points at the Blues bench and says penalty. And the Blues bench goes absolutely berserk. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened, where the penalty is. And the players on the ice are looking at Marawelli going, what happened? And Bob Berry now yelling at the linesman, Jerry Pateman.
Well, they noticed something, and I'm sure they said something, and Marawelli was going past the bench, and he blew his whistle right away and called the Blues on a bench minor. Bob Berry pleading his case to Jerry Pateman, but Marawelli has already made the call.
The penalty call is bench minor. We're not talking too many men on the ice. We're talking a bench minor.
Well, that penalty is for yelling at the referee is what it is. I'm sure somebody said something, and it had to be for yelling at the referee. Now, Harold Schneps reacted like, now, what did we do and what did we say right after the call?
I'm sure they're beefing the fact that there was no penalty when Kevin Miller moments ago was stripped at center ice on the power play.
Right, and just prior to all this, what a chance by Shanahan. He fans on the loose puck. It's all alone. He just misses it. He actually goes past the puck and tries to put it in and misses it and then falls down. I mean, he had a wide open net, and just he may have looked the other way or looked into the net or thought it was in before you know, finishing the play off. But what a chance for Shanahan to give the Blues a lead. And now a change in the situation here. The Blues are no longer on the power play.
Boy, this really hurts. Really hurts. A penalty to the bench for too much barking at the referee. Half a minute to go in the Konstantinov penalty. This one is 3-3 in the second period. The Blues are stopped. Yzerman slides the puck back to his own end to Lidstrom. Now to Howe. Up the far wing to Lidstrom. He advances to his own line. Near side to Shepard. The puck bounds away, and Janney works it back to Giles in the St. Louis zone. Giles and Quintal, Janney and Hull. Janney on a give and go with Quintal. The puck squirts away, and Hull tries to circle at center ice. Leaves the puck to Giles. Now to Janney. Over to Hull. Hull over the line. Feeds in front. Out of the reach of Quintal, and here's Mark Howe. A lot of ice. Now the Wings back at full strength. Wings dump the puck in. It'll be icing. Barron touches it. The icing against Detroit, and the Blues now are going to be shorthanded for 1:10. 3-3 is the score here in the second period.
Now, one of the players that we haven't seen much of tonight, Kent, because of all the penalties and power plays that both teams have had, Nelson Emerson has really hardly played at all. And of course, we mentioned earlier he is no longer on the first power play unit for the Blues, so he's not seeing as much ice time.
Kelly Chase, who is so accustomed to being in the penalty box, is serving the bench minor, by the way. Perfect man for the job. Through center ice, Fedorov over the line to Carson. Now to Cicerelli. Far boards Carson in the corner to Cicerelli. Fedorov's in front. Back along the far boards. Carson with it. Now behind the net. Cicerelli back along the far wing. Carson straight away. McCrimmon. A shot wobbles wide. In the corner, here's Racine. Off the end boards to Fedorov. Pass in front for Carson, broken up by Butcher. Cicerelli behind the net, far circle to Fedorov, straight away to McCrimmon. Near side to Racine, he backs up to the blue line. 25 seconds to go in the Detroit power play. Racine, a shot right on the save. Rebound, Fedorov going high with Joseph down, goes over the crossbar. McCrimmon to Cicerelli behind the net. He's well covered. And Barron tries to clear, can't. Racine keeps the puck in. Chase will be out of the box in 10 seconds, and the Blues, Barron, shoots the puck over the glass and into the crowd, and now 9 seconds remaining in the Detroit power play.
And Garth Butcher will definitely see a lot of ice time again tonight. And of course, he's out there with Cicerelli. I had a chance to talk to Cicerelli this morning about the other night, and he just kind of laughed it off. Meanwhile, getting back to that power play, good chance by Fedorov. Now what happens is if the Blues don't cover the man in front, which is Dino Cicerelli, then they'll take the shot from the point, which they did, and that allows Fedorov and the spare players to come in and pick up any loose pucks.
Face off to Joseph's left, and a false start between Ron Sutter and Keith Primo. The shots on goal in this period, Detroit 6, the Blues 2. And the Blues have been outshot tonight, 26-11. But this one's tied at 3. Face-off, Primo back to the left point to Dallas. Shot right on, Joseph the save. A lot of rebound there. Basson tripped by Yzerman, gets up, clears the puck, not out. The penalty over. Basson to center ice, stop. And the Wings shoot it in. Kennedy shooting it in. Now Dallas and Ron Sutter mix it up at center ice. Puck comes ahead to Ron Sutter. Left wing for Chase. Gets in over the line, shoots the puck behind the net. Cheveldae sweeps it up the far boards to Kennedy. He's stopped by Ron Sutter, tries to work in front, can't. Now back to the right point. Control a drive right on, and Cheveldae makes the save and holds the puck to stop play. 10:05 to go, second period, tied at 3.
Stefan Quintal with a good chance for the Blues as Ron Sutter and Bob Basson caused a turnover, and Cheveldae was able to make the save on the long shot by Quintal.
Now Bob Berry for the face-off in the Detroit zone has Wilson centering. Bozon and Rich Sutter. Quintal and Barron are on the points. After Detroit wins the draw, the Blues hustle, dig the puck out. Here's Rich Sutter in the corner to Wilson behind the net, and he's unable to center. Now to Bozon behind the goal. He centers, and Rich Sutter tied up. Gallant to center ice. His pass intercepted. Here's Quintal charging into the Detroit zone. He pulls up, takes a shot from a bad angle. Long way out. Stick save. Puck along the far boards. Rich Sutter has it stripped away by Gallant, and he'll clear it through center ice into the Blues end. Backboard is Murray Barron. Now Detroit replaces a defenseman, and Racine's on. Up to Bozon it comes. Wilson up the left wing into the Detroit zone. Tries to send the puck in front of the net. He hits a leg, and here's Yzerman back the other way with Burr and Gallant. Over the line, a drop pass to Gallant. He tries to cut to the middle. Nice defensive play by Bozon to steal the puck. A long pass for Janney too far. Would have been offside. And behind the net, the puck is touched by the wings. Mark Howe gets a high stick in the face, and an icing call against the Blues with 9 minutes remaining here in the second period. The only goal, Howe at 2:33 to tie it.
Well, Janney was going back as Howe went behind the net to get the puck, and Janney clearly gets his stick up and clips Howe, or Howe I should say, on the right side of the forehead. And Howe is still complaining about the play. There was no cut at all. It was right as Howe had touched the puck, the whistle had gone on the icing.
Fans, the family of Budweiser beers is proud of all the friendships they've helped make. So when they remind you to know when to say when, it is all in the name of friendship.
Well, it seems like a 7-6 type of game, doesn't it, Ken? With all the chances, both goaltenders very busy, and a lot of good scoring chances. It just seems like it's going to continue to be a high-scoring game.
And just remember, it was back on January 11th, a 1-0 game between these two teams in Detroit. That seems rather difficult to imagine now.
And 2-2 prior to that.
Yeah. Here's Butcher at center ice. Pass ahead, knocked down. Puck will slide all the way to Cheveldae. He'll whack it over to Racine. He clears it around far side off Primo's stick. Butcher right point, and the shot goes wide. Now Shepard deep in his own end. Sends the puck high in the air. It comes down at center ice for Primo. He's poke checked by Butcher. Then Hennigan loses the puck. The wings shoot it in. Joseph behind the net leaves it for Butcher, and play a bit slow and tentative at the moment. The Blues and the Wings tied at 3. Butcher will clear the puck up ice to Shanahan. He'll slam it in. Racine back, clears it off the far boards, out to center ice, brought back in, offside by Shanahan. 3-3 the score. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
To go in this second period. The game all tied 3-3. The Blues in Detroit.
Face off outside the Detroit blue line, and the Wings will control in their own end. There was a wild fight and melee in the first minute of this game. Jim Cummins and Bob Probert game misconducts. Dave Lowry and Rick Zombo game misconducts. Fedorov works in. Great play. Fans from the slot. And the Blues, Ron Sutter gets the puck up to Miller. Nice move to the red line. Into the Detroit zone with Hull. He gives the puck to Hull. Back in front for Ron Sutter. And he's taken down by Yzerman. And there'll be a tripping penalty called against Detroit's Paul Yzerman. And the Blues, who tonight on the power play are 0 for 2, will have the man advantage.
Boy, what a play by Kevin Miller. He ends up getting the puck just inside his own blue line. He makes a great move on Fedorov before carrying the puck up the ice, and then he'll drop it for Brett Hull. Now Hull has his head up all the way. He's looking for Ron Sutter on the other side, and Yzerman pulls down Sutter, and the Blues will go back on the power play.
12-15, tripping. Well, we'll see what the Blues can do. Again, if you joined us late, the Blues with a new look power play tonight. Hull and Hennigan on the points. Miller, Shanahan, and Janney up front. And again, if you're joining us late, Brett Hull has 2 goals tonight. Numbers 31 and 32.
And has had a few chances to get that third one tonight.
Yes, he has. So the Blues with 13 shots on Tim Cheveldae, and they've scored 3 goals. Now Miller waved out of the faceoff. It'll be Janney against Yzerman. Yzerman knocked down. Janney back to the right point to Hall. On the boards to Janney, back to Hall. He moves to the middle. Left side to Hedican, back to Hall, over to Janney. Top of the far right circle. Straight away, Hall, a blast. Knocked down in front by McCrimmon, and ouch, does that hurt. He says, I'm to the bench. Get me a replacement. Wings to center ice, shoot it in. They're shorthanded. Here's Hall behind his net. Flipping the puck up off the boards to Miller. They're not a Hedican. Back to Miller, right wing, over the line. Miller, left point to Hedican. A pass in front, knocked down by Lidstrom. And up the ice come the wings. Sean Burr over the line to Yzerman, thinking back in front for Burr, but he loses the puck. He's taken out by Hall. And here is Brett Hedican. A minute 10 to go on the man advantage in the second period. 3-3. Right wing to Shanahan. He's stopped. The puck at center ice. Emerson has it. He shoots it in. And the Wings will start out. Konstantinov just shoots at the length of the ice. The Wings are shorthanded. Joseph will play the puck. He'll give it to Quintal. Quintal ahead to Shanahan. Right wing to Janney. Quintal and Emerson are on the points. Janney can't move over the line. There'll be a penalty. Shanahan was knocked down. Long shot by Emerson. The save by Cheveldae. And there'll be a penalty called here. And it'll be against the Red Wings and against Sheldon Kennedy. So for the next 40 seconds, Detroit will be 2 men short.
And what happened on that play, Hull starts the power play on the right point, but as the defense changed, Hull will then move up the other way. Janney trying to handle the puck, and away from the play in the center of the ice is where Kennedy gets caught for high sticking. So the Blues with a great opportunity here. The faceoff will come deep in Detroit's zone, and they'll have the 5-on-3 opportunity. We talked about Emerson not playing too much tonight. One of the reasons, of course, is the fact that he hasn't been playing on the #1 power play unit. And the other reason is that he's had somewhat of the stomach flu starting last night, again this morning. He hasn't eaten much since last night, so he may be feeling a little weak as this game continues.
40 seconds to go in Yzerman's penalty, a 2-minute minor. Here at 13:36 for high sticking to Kennedy. Detroit with 27 shots on goal, 14 for the Blues, but it is 3-3. Hull has scored twice. Shanahan has a goal. Kennedy, Fedorov, and Howe have scored for the Wings, and from the face-off in the Detroit zone, the puck back to the St. Louis line.
And Bob Berry has 5 forwards out there for the Blues on this 5-on-3.
Hull through center ice, over the line, stops. Right point to Emerson, back to Hull. Far circle, Janney. Back to Emerson. Back to Janney, across for Hull, and the Wings intercept. Up the ice, Yzerman moves in, takes a shot from the right wing, and it's wide. Back the other way, Shanahan ahead to Miller. He would have had a breakaway, puck tipped away. Now Janney carries in, fakes a shot, looks in front. Oh, and Miller was alone. Yzerman tipped the puck over his stick. Right point, Emerson, 1 man back. Now in front to Miller. Now for Hull. Yzerman bothers him. The puck into the corner. Miller plays it behind the net. Janney works it out in front. Far right circle to Emerson. Straight away to Hull. He'll take a shot. That hits Burr. Now Emerson, side of the net. Janney stopped. Emerson in front for Miller. The pass a bit too sharp. And the Wings, Yzerman clears the puck out. Detroit still short a man for 52 seconds. Over the line to Janney. Top of the right circle. In front to Miller. He scores! Has to direct it in as Cheveldae was committed, and the power play goal gives the Blues a 4-3 lead.
Now Miller had just missed that opportunity the last time the Blues had control of the puck, but what a play by Janney. When he fakes his shot, he gets everyone to freeze, especially Cheveldae, and that leaves Miller wide open on the other side. But Cheveldae has to play the shot. What a great fake on that play, and an easy goal for Kevin Miller.
So the Blues' new look power play comes through, the 14th goal for Miller. So it's 4-3 Blues.
Boy, what a play by Janney. I mean, he faked that shot. Everyone in this building thought he was going to shoot. Cheveldae has to come out of the crease somewhat to play that shot and cut down the angle because he was right near the top of the circle. So he's got to keep his eye, and just instead of following through on the play, he lets up right at the last minute, just before he makes contact with the puck, and he's got his head up all the way and sees Miller for the goal.
53 assists for Janney in 49 games. 5 minutes to go. Second period. Wings to center ice, tip the puck in. Byrne is back for it. Murray Barron on with Butcher, up to Bozon. Playing up front with Wilson and Rich Sutter. Over the line, a pass for Wilson. Intercepted and cleared out. Barron slams the puck back in. The Blues 4, the Wings 3. Puck deep in the Detroit end. They lose it. Wilson back to the left point to Barron. Ahead to Wilson along the near boards. Trying to center. Can't. Into the corner. Rich Sutter with a puck. He's bumped. It's loose now behind the net. Dallas all over Bozon. Wilson there with Konstantinov. The puck kicked along the boards. Wilson carries it now into the corner. Back for Bozon. Dallas bumps him. Now Barron is going to pinch in. Sends it behind the goal. Konstantinov gets in the way. The Wings finally get it and come out to center ice. Primo, left wing pass for Carson. Shepard goes to the net. Primo trails. Carson a shot. That deflects to the side of the net. Now to Barron, or to Butcher in the corner. Up the wing to Ron Sutter to Basson. To Rich Sutter. Partial break. Howe back. And Howe ties up Rich Sutter. He's unable to get a shot. Puck comes in front. Basson carrying it. Then he's poke checked. And Primo from behind the Detroit goal lumbers to center ice. He's at the red line, and he'll risk the puck in as the Wings complete a line change. Hedekin for the Blues. Right wing to Ron Sutter. He takes a hit back to Hedekin. He goes around Howe trying to cut in, but Fedorov back. 3.5 to go. Second period. Fedorov goes down. The Wings keep possession. 4-3 Blues. Another good check by Chase on McCrimmon, but he ends up with a puck across the ice. Played by Howe up the boards. Finally, as the Wings come to center ice, carrying it in is Fedorov. He'll stop, take a shot. Oh, he's got a shot, and that goes wide. Behind the net, Sheldon Kennedy trying to center. Does sliding save Joseph on Isabard. What a dandy that was. To center ice, Basson. He'll shoot the puck in, and the Blues make a wholesale change. Here come the Wings. In their own end, Kennedy up to Isabard. A pass in the middle. Janney intercepts. Works in over the line. Drop pass to Shanahan. He comes in front. A shot and a stand-up save, and a good one by Tim Cheveldae, and he holds the puck, and the whistle stops the action. 2:43 to go in the second period. The Blues by a goal. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, Fedorov with his head up uses Brett Hedekin as a screen, and he lets go a hard wrist shot that Curtis Joseph never saw, and then Joseph has to come back and make a great play on Isabard, who would come back to the net.
Face off in the Detroit end. The Wings with a puck. They'll clear it to center ice. A race. Gallant against Quintal. Quintal beats him to it, leaves it in the neutral zone, and Yzerman bounces it in wide of the goal. 2.5 minutes to go. Second period. Wings out shooting the Blues 29-17, but the Blues outscoring Detroit 4-3. Shanahan unable to handle a pass at center ice. Racine across to Lidstrom. Now to Yzerman, circling back in his own end. Captain Steve Yzerman of the Wings up the near side. Ahead to Cicerelli. He can't play the puck. Emerson gets it to Shanahan. He's tied up in front of his bench by Racine. And the puck now deep in the Detroit zone. The Blues are changing. Outlet pass, far wing. Up the wing, Racine, a shot high off the glass. Cicerelli along the near boards. Overskates the puck. Hedekin breaks out. Here he comes. 2-on-1 with Hull. Hedekin shoots and shoots it wide. Didn't look for Hull. Kept in at the right point by Butcher. Cheveldae clears the puck from behind the net up the far side. Ron Sutter steals it. Centers it. He stole it from Gallant. And now Cicerelli clears the puck out, and Hedekin back in his own end. Both teams are changing. Far right wing to Butcher. Butcher over the line. Trying to get it in front to Hull. He's stopped. And Dallas clears it ahead at the red line to Shepard, cutting in. Hedekin stops, ties him up. Now a feed. Cicerelli alone, walks in, shoots, and it goes over the net. Joseph may have gotten a piece of it. Here's Hull from behind his net. He starts out to the blue line, to the red line. He's determined. Over the Detroit line, he stops, knocked down. Wilson overskates. Here's Primo back the other way for the Wings. Slowed up at the red line, but Konstantinov follows up, takes a shot off Giles into the corner. Konstantinov plays it to Primo behind the net. He centers for Shepard. Wilson intercepts up to Hall. He'll just clear to center ice. 44 seconds to go. Second period. The Blues lead it 4-3. With over 5 minutes to go in the period, Miller scoring from Janney and Emerson to break the tie. Mark Howe working into the Blues end. Now far point. Quick shot turned away by Joseph. Rebound attempt comes in front. Here's a Shepard shot that hits a leg. That'd have been the leg of Joseph. Blues try to clear it out. It comes to center ice to Janney. 2-on-2 with Rich Sutter. Janney over the line, cuts to the middle. Quintal following up a shot, and it goes off Primo's stick high. Blues try to stuff the puck in at the post. Can't. Janney behind the net. 7 seconds to go. Centers. Shanahan being hooked by Carson. Now Janney trying to work in front. Can't. Howe clears to Primo. And there's the horn. That's the end of the second period. Boy, what a hockey game tonight. Man, oh man. 18,104 watching this one, including 470 standing roomers. So in the period, Howe scores for Detroit. Miller scores for the Blues. And after 40 minutes on this Saturday night at the arena, the Blues lead the Red Wings 4-3.
Thrown out in the first minute of the game. Jim Cummins also went out for Detroit, and Dave Lowry was the Blues player that was ejected.
And Rick Zombo, who tried to help out Lowry in the fight with Probert after all was said and done, and almost incidentally at the end got a game misconduct. Blues shoot the puck in. Along the near boards, Rich Sutter, a shot kicked out by Cheveldae in the corner. Ron Wilson to the right point to Butcher. He's checked. Wings Yzerman gets it. Outlet pass in the far right wing to Cicerelli. Now back to Yzerman over the line. Yzerman, right wing, stops along the far boards. Moves into the circle. Leaves the puck for Cicerelli. Bad angle shot deflected wide by Gallant. Rich Sutter breaks out to Bozon up to the red line. And he'll shoot the puck in. Both teams are going to change. Rich Sutter out of the corner, shoots the puck behind the net. Out the far side, Racine up to Cicerelli. The puck hits him. He has to retreat, loses it to Wilson, and he clears it off Cicerelli and over the glass into the crowd. 9 seconds short of the 1 minute mark in the third period. Play stopped and the Blues up 4-3.
Now Bob Berry, I'm sure after that second period, wanting his team to tighten up somewhat. 32 shots on goal for Detroit after 2 periods. Now they got quite a few of those 20 in the first period and quite a few of those shots on the power play, but they were a little too loose defensively. Fedorov with some good chances. Yzerman had a good chance at the end. I'm sure Bob told them, play conservative, get the puck out of the zone anytime that there's an opportunity.
From the neutral face-off, Quintal shoots the puck in. Cheveldae wanders, stick handles with it behind the net, but the play is stopped. The puck was knocked down by a high stick. Tim Cheveldae in that fight to begin the game. Melee was in a fight with Curtis Joseph. His left eye seemed to be very red after the fight, and pretty hard to tell. Looks like it's closed up at least a little bit as the evening goes on.
But he's staying in there now for the third round. He must have had an ice bag on that thing between carries, and he was laughing about it after it happened. He took a couple of pretty good rights from Curtis Joseph.
The Blues have led going into the third period 16 times this season, lost only once. They lead at 4-3. Fedorov wins the draw from Ron Sutter. Dallas, who's on defense with Konstantinov, goes behind the net with a puck over into the far corner to Konstantinov. Up the near wing. Yzerman tips it in. Fedorov slowed up by Miller. Nice play, though. Gets it in front. Backhand shot stopped from Kennedy. What a save by Joseph on Kennedy. But boy, what a job by Fedorov. Blues to center ice. Quintal with a puck at the red line. He'll carry it over the line. Miller goes in ahead, a delayed offside. Now the Blues onside. And here to center ice is Dallas drilling the puck in. The wings are changing. Blues back for the puck. Don't get it. Yzerman in the near corner. Slips away from Hall. Left point to Howe. And he makes a blind pass onto Ron Sutter's stick up to Hall. Now to Miller. Over the line. Miller a drive. That's knocked down by Cheveldae, and there's going to be a penalty called. It'll be against the Detroit Red Wings. And the Blues, who tonight on the power play are 1 for 4, are going to have the man advantage as Yzerbark goes off for holding.
Now Paul Yzerbark not very happy about that call by Dan Marawelli, but the Blues, as you mentioned, Ken, 1 for 4 on the power play tonight, get a chance. Meanwhile, just prior to this, a great play by Fedorov. Now, the defenseman was QUINTAL. He thought Fedorov was going to get away because it was actually a 2-on-2. So he left his man, Kennedy. Fedorov was able to put the puck over to Kennedy, and what a save by Curtis Joseph.
So Yzerbark is off. The Blues will go to work. Face off to the right of the Detroit goal. Sean Burr against Kevin Miller. Burr is waved out. Miller up front with Janney and Shanahan. Hedican on the left point. Hall on the right point. Now Yzerman in there to face it off. Keep in mind, Miller played with the Wings last year. Wings control the face-off. Howe from behind the net into the corner. Clears up the ice, not out. Hedican keeps it in. Then his effort knocked down, and here's Yzerman. Ahead to Burr. Back to Yzerman. He goes around Hull to Burr, and he fans. Blues get the puck. Almost have trouble. Then finally Burr steals it, and he'll come to center ice. Plays the puck back in his own territory to McCrimmon, and he'll shoot at the length of the ice. The Wings now change. Up front, Kennedy and Fedorov. On defense, Konstantinov and Racine. Fedorov slows up Hedican, and the Wings dump the puck in.
Well, their Blues are having a little bit of confusion in their own end, and that's to be expected with Hull and Hedican not having played in that position before together. They're just a little confused.
Here's Hull over the Detroit line, goes to the far left point, loses the puck, and the Wings have it. Fedorov to Kennedy out at center ice. They're going to kill some time. Kennedy back across the rink to Fedorov. Back to Kennedy. 53 seconds to go, and the Yzerbark penalty. Back over to Fedorov from Kennedy. Now the puck cleared to center ice. QUINTAL knocks it down. Has trouble. So does Emerson, who helps out. And Emerson in the center circle with a puck over to QUINTAL. Ahead to Hull, now to Ron Sutter. He can't take the pass, and the Wings, shorthanded, have possession. Yzerman plays it back in his own territory. And finally over to Racine, who shoots the puck the length of the ice. Now there's 20 seconds to go in the power play. Up through the middle of the ice, Bozon shooting it in from the red line. Cheveldae clears it off the glass to the right point. Well, what a mean hit by Burr on QUINTAL. He's hurt. QUINTAL is hurt. He was going for the puck a bit off balance, and I mean, he really got smashed into the boards by Sean Burr.
Why, Burr really took a run at him. QUINTAL was already down, so Burr had the decision to do whatever he wanted to. And QUINTAL, with him on his knees, Burr had a great deal of speed, and he just runs right over QUINTAL, uses his left elbow somewhat to catch him on the side of the head. And the officials blew the whistle right after that. Boy, I thought QUINTAL might have been hurt worse than that. He's up now and making it to the Blues bench on his own power.
He was not in much of a position to defend himself, was he?
Not at all. Not at all.
Vans Metro Lighting carries the largest selection of high-quality lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, and home products in the entire St. Louis area. Why don't you stop by at any of the 6 Metro Lighting locations?
Now just 8 seconds remaining on the penalty to Paul Yzerbark. The Blues still leading by a goal on the faceoff just outside their own blue line.
Blues control it. Barron gives the puck to Butcher. Across far side. Basson now back to Butcher. He charges to the red line, shoots the puck in. Basson, Rich, Sutter, and Wilson on this line. Basson digs it out, left point to Hedican. Behind the net for Rich Sutter. Wrap around, pass, and an effort by Cheveldae to knock the puck away. Here's Rich Sutter behind the net, centering. Here's a chance, and a backhand shot by Basson goes high in the air, and Wilson is taken down, and there'll be another penalty, just as the previous penalty is over. Yzerbark was coming out, and another wing will go in. 4-3 Blues. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Nicholas Lidstrom pulls down Ron Wilson in front of Tim Cheveldae. Bob Basson with a great chance on the backhand, and his shot actually hit Ron Wilson before Lidstrom pulled Wilson down. The Blues are right back on the power play.
And Detroit wins the faceoff in their own end. And they'll clear the puck out. Now a race. Kennedy after it. He's hooked down by Hedican. Boy, what a play that was. They had Hall coming back. He had a lot of angle on Kennedy. Not that dire a situation, and the rookie Hedican hooks Sheldon Kennedy and goes off. That's not a good penalty at all.
No, you could see that coming from the red line because he pulled on him once, and Kennedy didn't go down. Right at the red line, he kind of pulls on him a little bit, and then he hooks him down again just inside the blue line. And that's a play where, you know, you have to expect the penalty killing team to try and take some sort of a dive any chance they get, especially after just killing off one penalty. So in a situation like that where it's not a dangerous play, you've got to let that guy go. The puck was in the corner. There was no chance of Kennedy picking up the loose puck and making a play offensively. Brett Hull was going back there in the first place. You just have to let him go. Hedican has seen a lot of ice time tonight. I think he's felt a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah, he's a rookie, and I think there have been some times tonight where he has shown that maybe he hasn't seen the entire ice real well and the entire picture of what was happening. He had a 2-on-1 earlier with Brett Hull when he elected to shoot and might have had a pass to Hull. Let's put it this way. If you and I were a rookie in the league, we would have passed it to Hull if he had 2 people on him.
That's right. At least try.
Puck deep in the Red Wing zone. Both teams are a man short. It's 4-3 Blues. Here comes Fedorov against Barron. Fedorov trying to get around Barron, can't. Backhand shot stopped by Joseph, and Hull starts up the ice with Ron Sutter. 3 wings are back. All over the line. He's poke checked, and the Wings take possession. Up to Ray Shepard, and the pass at center ice behind Howe, and Butcher has the puck in his own end. Both teams making some sporadic changes. Over to Giles, up to Wilson. Blues have only 5 defensemen available. Here's Wilson weaving through center ice, slowed up along the far boards by Konstantinov, and Yzerman back behind his net. Nowhere to go one way. Stops, goes the other with a feed to Jimmy Carson. Yzerman and Carson, Racine, and now McCrimmon for Detroit. Carson over the line, a pass intended for Racine, taken away by Wilson in the corner to Quintal. He gets hit. Yzerman centers by everyone out to center ice. In half a minute, Lidstrom will be back on. The Blues lead the Wings 4-3. Neither team has scored in the third period. Racine works over the line. He's stopped by Giles. Janney gets the puck. Janney starts out of his own end. Ahead to Quintal. 2-on-1 with Shanahan. Quintal, he can't make a play. McCrimmon on a pass knocks it away. Now to Shanahan. Shot wide. Far boards Janney. Behind the net for Shanahan. Bouncing puck. He's taken out by Racine. Lidstrom about to come back on the ice. The puck held against the boards. Getting it loose is Janney. He comes in front, and Cheveldae knocks the puck away. Wings back at full strength. Right wing pass for Yzerman, trying to cut in on Barron. He can't. Now the Wings at the end of a change. Burr comes in, takes a pass, goes behind the net. He's smashed down by Quintal. That gets back for the shot Quintal took from Burr at the other end. Up the wing, Shanahan will flip the puck in, and both teams are at full strength now. And it's 4-3 Blues. Over 13 minutes to go in the third period. Up to center ice, Detroit. Primo. He'll shoot the puck into the far corner. Back for it is Giles. Hit by Yzerman. And Bozon run by Burr. And Giles gets the puck, gets it ahead to Bozon. On with Bassett and Rich Sutter. Bozon to center ice, will shoot it in. Into the near corner, Rich Sutter trying to center, he can't. Checked by Yzerman. The puck loose to Primo. He'll come near his net. Pass it ahead to Yzerman with Burr at center ice. Yzerman flips it ahead. Giles knocks the puck down, gets it on to Bozon's stick. He's at the red line. 3-on-3. He'll take a shot. Howe deflects it into the corner. Bozon and Yzerman go after the puck in the corner, tie each other up, hold the puck with their skates. Howe pries it loose, passes it to Nicholas Lidstrom, who starts out from behind his net. Back in front of the goal to Mark Howe, who has scored his first goal for the Red Wings tonight. He doesn't have any skating room. The two teams are changing. He finally gets the puck ahead to Fedorov, but he can't get around Miller. And Miller a pass. Howe intercepts. Then Miller steals to Hall. Hall with Ron Sutter. Hall shoots. Oh, what a save by Cheveldae. And it wasn't easy. 4-3 Blues. 2 of the goals from Brett Hull. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, a marvelous opportunity for Brett Hull to get the hat trick and give the Blues a 2-goal lead as he tries to put it through Tim Cheveldae. Cheveldae is able to come up with the save.
Face-off near Cheveldae, won by Fedorov. We're 8 minutes into a scoreless third period. Fedorov up ice, leading the line. Howe carries, right wing. Cicerelli, a shot, hits the side of the net. Barron behind the goal, loses the puck. It's left for Cicerelli by Kennedy. He's knocked down. The puck up the boards. Hull leaves it for Ron Sutter. He's got Miller on the left wing. To the red line, he shoots it in. Miller digs it out of the corner. Looks to center, does. Cheveldae tips the puck away. Here's Lidstrom. Ahead to Dino Cicerelli at the red line. Kennedy falls down, can't take the pass. And here's Butcher to Ron Sutter over the line. To Miller, Hull's in front. A pass for Hull, broken up. Nice play by Racine. His outlet pass to Cicerelli. Now to Fedorov over the line on the right side. Kennedy and Cicerelli to the net. But Hedican takes down Fedorov. I think it'll be a penalty. No. Dan Marawelli is going to call a holding penalty on Brett Hedican with 11:13 to go here in the third period.
Boy, that's a soft call. Hedican did a good job. He puts his stick through the legs of Fedorov, pulls him out. He did have his left hand close to him. Now Fedorov kept his legs going. That's what prompted the call by Marawelli. Hedican with a hold with his left hand, keeps his legs going, and Marawelli makes the call. Didn't look quite that obvious the first time.
So Hedican goes off at 8:47, and the Wings have the man advantage. And the Blues contending that shouldn't have been a penalty to Dan Marawelli, and he says no, it was a hold. And with a second look, slow motion at a different angle, it might have been more of a hold than it would have first seemed to be. Blues hockey is brought to you in part by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers with 30 convenient locations. So Detroit goes to work. They are 2 for 6 on the power play. Play at center ice. Detroit with a puck. Carson has it. He's on with Fedorov, Racine, Shepard, and Yzerman. Fedorov works in, pursued by Wilson and slashed just a bit. Far side into the circle of Carson. A drive. Good stick save by Joseph. Yzerman keeps the puck in. Shepard, right circle. Fedorov fans for the most part. And then Quintal drives the puck the length of the ice. The Blues will quickly change. Bassett and Miller. Barron and Butcher. Right wing. Carrying it in. Fedorov. He stops. Back to the right point to Yzerman. Quick wrist shot hits Butcher. The puck goes to Bassett. Now to Barron. And he'll clear it the length of the ice. 10.5 minutes to go in the third period. The Blues lead the Red Wings 4-3. Over a minute to go in the Detroit man advantage. Yzerman right wing to Yzabard with Burr over the line. Butcher ties up Burr. The puck in the corner. They fight for it there. Burr goes down. Yzabard centers. Intercepting Rich Sutter. He can't clear it out. Kept in. The puck goes into the corner. Barron and Burr go after it. It goes high. Fair catch. It is caught by Joseph in the crease. And play stopped by Dan Marawelli with 50 seconds to go in the penalty to Hedican.
Now Rick Sutter had a chance to clear the puck by intercepting a pass through the slot, and Detroit doing a good job of keeping the puck in. Garth Butcher looks like he's hurt a little bit. He's kind of skating around now. He's around the net. Looks like he hurt himself somewhat on that last play that Curtis Joseph was able to cover up after that puck bounced high into the air.
Take it slow, take it easy. 10:03 to go in the third period. Butcher goes to the bench. Call him bumps and bruises. He's got a lot of them.
Maybe that's what I was trying to say.
No, you didn't want to say puck bounces and he has bumps and bruises. No way.
That's not it.
Well, it's all true, but too hard to say, especially on the run. Face off to Joseph's left. Ron Sutter and Yzerman. Yzerman wins the draw. Howe right point. A shot blocked by Ron Sutter. He'll go to the bench. Howe weaves back in his own end. 40 seconds to go in the power play for Brian Murray's Wings. Howe carries it in. Into the corner to Isabard. Now behind the net, near corner for Cicerelli. He comes along the boards to Lidstrom at the left point. He advances the puck to Yzerman. In the corner to Cicerelli. Behind the net to Isabard. He skates far corner. Back to Howe at the right point. Ahead into this circle to Isabard to Yzerman. And he bats a puck wide. He didn't get much on it. 15 seconds. Hennigan will be back. Wings control on the perimeter. Far circle. Isabard fakes. Takes a shot. It hits Joseph. It hit him. That's what happened. And the puck cleared out down the ice by Kevin Miller, and both teams are changing. The crowd loves it. The Blues survive. Hennigan back on. 4-3 Blues. Detroit to center ice. Over the line. Konstantinov. They're stopped. Janney gives the puck to Shanahan. It's Janney, and Emerson. Shanahan, Janney, and Emerson. They get the puck in deep in the Detroit zone. Cicerelli in the corner, hit by Shanahan. Konstantinov can't clear. Barron from the point. A shot hit the post. He hit the post. And Detroit has the puck. Go on. Ahead off of a body. That was Cicerelli to Primo. He circles. Now to Dallas. Pass back behind Primo off the boards in front of the Detroit bench. Primo deep in his own end. Now the line changes for both teams have been completed. Kennedy carries it in. He's knocked down. Barron gets the puck and clears to center ice. Konstantinov has it in the center circle. Can't shoot it in. Then Chase, who hasn't played much lately, shoots it ahead. Dallas's pass knocked down. Chase gives the puck to Hall. Hall winds up and is shot blocked by Dallas. Then the Wings have trouble. Finally clear it out. Here's QUINTAL at the red line, shooting it ahead. Knocked down by Gallant. And Hennigan at his own line. Ahead for Hall. The pass gets by him. Now Konstantinov in his end. To Dallas. The Wings to center ice. A pass intercepted by Hall. He wants to look at things. And he'll shoot the puck in and head to the bench. 4-3. The Blues lead it. Here's Burr in his own territory. Losing the puck to Wilson. Then Wilson too well covered by Burr. And Bobby Dallas to the red line. Flips it in. And the Wings are changing. Back for the puck. Rich Sutter. He'll clear it. Up the boards. Not out. Now it's kicked to center ice to Wilson. But Carson steals. Back to the defense. Now the Wings to center ice. Racine can't work in. Wilson with a puck. Left wing too far for Bozon. McCrimmon in his own territory for Detroit. Leaves the puck. Racine in front of the net. Over in the far right wing to Burr. He's hit hard by Wilson, who shoots the puck in. 7:05 to go. The crowd chanting, "Let's go Blues." Bozon knocks down McCrimmon. The puck behind the net. Bozon and McCrimmon on the ice. Bozon gets up. Leaves the puck for Rich Sutter. He comes in front. A pass for Wilson. Knocked down. McCrimmon in the corner. Clears the puck up. Trying to get it out the wings. They do. Not out of the zone. Hennigan moves in. A pass in front. It's behind Rich Sutter. And the Wings clear the puck into the Blues end. And both teams are changing. 4-3 Blues. To center ice. Bozon will dump it in. 6:30 to go. Third period. This period has been scoreless. Lidstrom clears it out. Miller tries to work in. The play is offside. St. Louis. Detroit 4 shots. The Blues 3 in this period. The Blues lead it 4-3. And this is St. Louis Blues hockey. Ken Wilson, Joe Micheletti, and Bruce Affleck. The Blues trying to hold on. 6:20 to go. Third period. They lead it 4-3. At center ice, Howe for Detroit. To Kennedy. Over the line. Bad angle shot. Joseph a stick save. Giles takes the puck. He's deep in his own zone. Gives it to QUINTAL. He's stopped by Isabard, and then Giles just shoots it out. Here's Lidstrom for the Wings at his own line. Ahead for Isabard. Stopped by Giles. Giles, QUINTAL, Basson, Miller, and Huller on. Now QUINTAL gets the puck. Shoots it over the boards right into his bench. That's all the Blues need is another injury. He smiles. Hey, fans. A great way to get a smile and a great way to reward yourself after the game is with the fresh, pure, natural taste of an ice-cold Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud.
Well, QUINTAL's thinking, I've got to get a whistle any way I possibly can. I don't want to give it up in my own zone. If I have to fire it at my coach, I'll do that.
Toronto wins tonight. Everything else in the league is over. They shut out The Canadians at Maple Leaf Gardens 4-0. That's a surprise, but they are playing well.
Well, they sure are, and Montreal has been one of the hotter teams in the league as well.
Well, we want to send a hello from Darren Clements to everybody at the Granite City Police Department. That message from Darren Clements tonight. Here rooting on the Blues, who lead 4-3. Wings take the puck back in their own end. Yzerman has it. Far wing to Ciccarelli. He'll shoot the puck in around the net, out the near side. Gallant kicks it behind the goal, and Barron takes over. He's on with Butcher, Bozon, Wilson, and Rich Sutter. And the Blues shoot the puck all the way to Cheveldae, ahead to Gallant. Now for Yzerman, tipped away by Wilson. Butcher shoots it to center ice. Here's Gerard Gallant. Wilson knocks his pass away. Yzerman now to Howe to Gallant. Boy, the Wings are all over the ice trying to get some open ice, and the Blues have them covered, just draped over the Wings. Here's Emerson knocked down on his own end, but Wilson takes the puck to the red line and will shoot it in. The Blues looking now to stress that defense. They played very strong defense all period. Dallas, Yzerman, Primo over the line, drop pass near boards to Yzerman, cutting in front, a shot off Hedican, well wide. Wings with some pressure, centering pass for Yzerman. Hedican has him covered. The puck knocked into the corner by Dallas. Shanahan gets there, can't clear it out. And a shot from the point by Dallas goes wide. Here's Ciccarelli to Primo behind the net. He lets the puck go into the corner to Yzerman. He'll leave it in the corner. Primo can't play it. Now behind the net. Shanahan really slams into Ciccarelli, and the Blues clear the puck the length of the ice. It's touched. Icing against the Blues. Ciccarelli and Shanahan nose to nose at the other end. Oh, and the big guy, Keith Primo, comes in. The big guy. He's about 6'6". Well, they're going to cool things down. 4:24 to go. It's not over yet, folks. Now Basson's in there, and he's been hungry to pump for a month or so.
22 games. Did you see Ciccarelli? after they went toe-to-toe, Shanahan really ends up running Ciccarelli, and Marawelli was standing right there. I'm surprised he didn't get an elbowing call or something, because he got him with an elbow. And then after all that happened, Ciccarelli and Shanahan are standing toe-to-toe with each other, nose to nose, both players with their gloves down. Shanahan's baiting and Ciccarelli rubs the top of Shanahan's elbow.
Well, wasn't that a wonderful shot?
Oh, boy.
4:24 to go in the third period. Minor penalties to Basson and Ciccarelli. They each get 2 for roughing. The Blues have a 4-3 lead, and they have played some marvelous defense in this third period.
Yeah, they really have. The last 5 or 6 minutes of this period, they've almost forgotten about the forechecking unless they've got a good opportunity to go in and pick up the puck or catch one of the Detroit players with their back turn. But if they haven't had that chance, they've kept 4 players back in the neutral zone. Detroit has been unable, for the most part, to carry the puck over the Blues blue line and put on any type of pressure.
The Wings coming in undefeated in their last 5 games. In fact, undefeated in their last 6 road games. They're 11-8-2 on the road. Face off in the Blues zone. The Blues control. Of course, the Wings have not lost here this season. A win in October, a tie in November. Puck comes to center ice. Detroit has it. Here's Racine. Both teams a man short. He stood up along the far boards by Barron. The puck behind the net. Butcher plays it around near side to Hull. Hull with Ron Sutter, Butcher, and Barron. Hull over the line with 2 goals. Loses the puck. And here's Fedorov back the other way. Up the near wing. In over the line with Yzerman, who takes the puck as it's poked away. He's out near the blue line. He drops it, and it's poked out to center ice by Ron Sutter, who's replaced by Ron Wilson. 3:43 to go in the third period. Detroit shoots the puck in. Here's Butcher. Far side to Barron. Up to the neutral zone. Ahead, too far for Bozon. Could be icing. Howe back to touch the puck. And it is an icing call against the Blues. 1:08 to go. And the penalties to Ciccarelli and Basson. 3:31 to go in the contest. Bob Berry's team has held Ryan Murray's team to only 5 shots on goal in this scoreless third period.
Well, excellent defensively by Bob Berry's team in this well, this very fast and hard skating Detroit team. But that play right there on the icing call, that's the type of play that'll give coaches gray hairs, because Murray Barron had to take one more step to get to the red line and then put it in. Even if he attempted to make that cross-ice pass to an open player, he could still do that, and if it was a bad pass, then that would prevent the icing, because he would have already have reached the red line. But one step before that, he tries to make the pass, he misses on it, and it's icing, a big face-off in your own zone.
Tongue-in-cheek, I remind you, of course, he has a lot of confidence, obviously, in his passing ability. He knew he could make that pass.
I guess so.
Oh, boy, that is something, isn't it? Here's the face-off to Joseph's left. Ron Wilson against Steve Yzerman. 4 aside. Yzerman wins the draw to Howe. Howe stick handles with a puck. Along the blue line, now on the near side in the circle. Wilson all over him, sends the puck into the slot area, and the Blues come to center ice. Bozon moves around McCrimmon. He's hooked down. There'll be a penalty. Now QUINTAL continues to work in, centers to Wilson, tipped away. And the Wings will not touch the puck, but Dan Maruelli blows the whistle, and there'll be a hooking penalty. A hooking penalty against Detroit. And the Blues will have the man advantage with 3:08 to go in the third. McCrimmon will go off.
Well, the good news is that the Detroit player, Brad McCrimmon, goes off for hooking down Philippe Bozon. Bozon made a great play at the blue line, just poking the puck past McCrimmon. McCrimmon had to come back. Pretty good job of acting by Bozon, as McCrimmon only had one hand on his stick. Tough to hook someone with one hand on your stick.
Now that's the good news. Where's the bad news?
The bad news is Ron Wilson was called after the play for slashing Mark Howe in the neutral zone. That was well after the whistle had gone, because as soon as the whistle blew, Howe came in and kind of gave Wilson a little bit of a shot, and as play went on after the whistle, Wilson with the slash goes off, so we remain 4-on-4.
16:52, the time of the penalties. 37 Detroit shots on goal tonight. 20 for the Blues. The Blues lead at 4-3. The difference in the game, Kevin Miller's power play goal at 14:47 of the second period. Detroit takes the puck. Again, they have 4 skaters. The Blues have 4. Here come the Wings. Konstantinov gives the puck up. It's lost by Shepard. Back the other way. Bozon to Ron Sutter. A drive. Big save by Cheveldae and Ron Sutter. Detroit to center ice. Konstantinov over the line. Stops. Feeds in front. Yzerman not expecting the pass. Butcher not a Bozon. Here come the Blues to Ron Sutter. Right in front of the visiting bench. He'll just shoot the puck in. 2:30 remaining in the third period.
And now Brian Murray has Fedorov playing defense for Detroit.
Now Sheldon Kennedy over the line to Yzerman, looking to Fedorov. 2 players back on. The puck goes into the far corner. Fedorov trying to play it back to Cicerelli. He trips over Basson, who gets a pass from QUINTAL. To the red line, Basson. And he'll shoot the puck in. Backboard is Sheldon Kennedy. His pass broken up by Miller to Hall. To Miller in front. Can't get a shot. Pass back to Hall, but he doesn't move. And here's Carson to center ice, giving the puck to Kennedy. Over the line, he stops. Feeds it across the ice. And the Blues clear it out. 1:50 to go. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Cicerelli off the boards. For Kennedy, tied up by Miller. Carson can't shoot it in. He'll stick handle with it. Down to the center circle. Jimmy Carson, he winds up. Long shot head high. Caught by Joseph. 1:35 to go. Blues to center ice to Miller. Look out. Bozon is creamed. That's not a charge. Burr runs into Bozon, who gets up like a true gritty performer that he is. There's no charge there. What truck was that? Going 50 in a 35 zone.
Boy, you can see it all the way, because he gets the pass in his skates, and he has to look down at the ice to try and find the puck. Sean Burr had come all the way from the other side, and he saw that coming all the way, and he really leveled Philippe Bozon.
I didn't get a look at Burr before he got within a stride, but he was going pretty quickly not to have taken more than 2 strides, wasn't he?
Huh.
He had to take more than 2.
He had some momentum.
Woo! 1:30 to go in this contest. Let's remind you the broadcast authorized by the St. Louis Blues Hockey Club solely for the entertainment of our viewing and listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis Blues Hockey Club is prohibited. We've been here a long time. We've had a lot of enjoyment, a lot of great hockey, a lot of terrific body checks, good goaltending, and it all started in the first minute of the game with almost 90 penalty minutes with a wild melee that began with a fight between Jim Cummins and Kelly Chase. When all was said and done there, Cummins and Bob Probert, Dave Lowry, and Rick Zombo all got game misconducts. It's been, I guess, by comparison, relatively peaceful since the first minute.
Yeah, it really has. Everything it was so wild, and we hadn't seen that type of thing in such a long period of time. Now, 3 hours later, the Blues have to make sure that they do not take a penalty right here. Face-offs in the center ice area, and the Blues are going to have to make sure that every time they get to the red line, they don't even have to worry about making the play unless they're 100% sure. If the play's not there, just dump the puck in Detroit's zone, make them go back and get the puck.
Detroit took a timeout. Now they're ready for a face-off near center ice, and the Blues control it. Giles with a puck in his own end. He'll just shoot it into the wing zone. Giles on with Butcher, Ron Sutter, Rich Sutter, and Basson, and the wings back to touch the puck. It is an icing call. Blues lead 4-3. A minute 19 to go in the third period.
Well, this has been a long night here at the arena. Bob Berry, his team leading by a goal. This thing was so wide open in the first period and a half or 2 periods. A completely different third period as Bob has his team playing much more defensive. And they've really been able to hold Detroit to any good scoring opportunities.
Now with a face-off near Curtis Joseph, the Wings have pulled Tim Cheveldae. Remember, the Blues must win this game just to remain 7 points behind 4th place Toronto. Everything else over. Toronto shut out Montreal. Pittsburgh won at Calgary 4-3. Tampa Bay 5-1 over San Jose. The Jets beat the Oilers 8-5. Bruins at home topped the Devils 7-5. Quebec beat Buffalo 4-3. Ottawa lost again. They lost in Washington 6-4. Islanders 8-4 over the Flyers, and the Rangers beat the Kings 8-3. This is the final game to end, and the Blues lead at 4-3. Chicago won at Hartford today 6-2. Minnesota and Vancouver this afternoon skated to a 3-3 tie. Now the face-off to Cheveldae's left. Ron Sutter against Yzerman. The puck goes into the corner. Yzerman runs Butcher. Then Yzerman runs Butcher, but Basson gets the puck, hits a player with it. It comes high in the air, comes down to Fedorov, and a pass shot blocked by Giles. Ron Sutter behind the net, a minute 3 to go. He loses the puck. Yzerman has it to Fedorov along the near boards. A shot. Giles blocks it, can't clear. Fedorov a drive. Pad save. Hard circle, a shot. The save. Oh, Carson, an open net. He can't get a shot away. Joseph scampers back. Rich Sutter trying to clear the puck out. He can't. The Detroit net is empty at the other end. The puck along the near boards in the blue zone. Giles pokes it ahead. Ron Sutter tied up by Shepard. 35 seconds to go. Fedorov tries to work in front. Basson knocks the puck away. It's behind the net. Fedorov in front to Yzerman. A shot. Joseph the save. It goes wide. Yzerman in front to Fedorov. A shot. Great save. Joseph loose puck. Fedorov a shot. It hits a body. Ron Sutter will get a penalty. It's in front. And a drive by Carson goes wide. Giles falls on the puck. And with 14.2 seconds remaining, Ron Sutter will get a penalty. He tried to wrestle the head off one of the Detroit players. That's illegal.
And, you know, just prior to that, Garth Butcher had a hold of one of the Detroit players right in front after Joseph had made a great save. The puck had come free, and Garth Butcher had a hold of one of the sticks. But what pressure by Detroit. As the Blues, they had a great chance to clear the puck, and Rich Sutter couldn't get it out. And then Detroit just kept the puck in. It came right after Curtis Joseph. What a chance by Jimmy Carson, who couldn't control it. And that puck, Curtis Joseph just couldn't get a handle on it. He made some great saves, but just couldn't get a handle on it at all. Garth Butcher in front has a hold of the stick. I believe Ray Shepard.
There are about 3 or 4 penalties there.
There really were. You know, as a coach, I always say in the last minute, when a team pulls their goaltender, do anything. Stay in front of the net if you're a defenseman. Grab sticks, knock people down, because the chances of the referee calling something at that point are not very likely.
1945, high-sticking Ron Sutter. Wings net is empty. They have 6 skaters for the face-off near Joseph. The Blues have 4. 14.2 seconds to go. The Blues shorthanded. Lead it 4-3. Face-off to Howe. A shot. Great pad save. Shepard stopped on the rebound. Hennigan gets the puck to Wilson at center ice. 5 seconds to go. The Wings eyes him at the red line. Long shot. Blocked. The Blues win it. The Blues win this one 4-3. Oh, baby, what great goaltending in the last minute by the Cat. Curtis Joseph. Was he incredible? And to the players, congratulate him.
Oh, what a game he played, especially at the end. Right off the face-off, Fedorov wins the draw from Wilson. It comes straight back to Mark Howe, who takes a long shot. Curtis makes that save, but then the rebound on Ray Shepard. He stopped without even holding on to his stick to finish things off for the Blues. What a finish here at the arena. And boy, do these fans appreciate the evening they saw here.
Like they say about great literature, you need a great start, a great beginning, and a great ending.
A scoreless third period, and the Blues win tonight's Blues Classic 4-3 over the arch-rival Detroit Red Wings. The Blues outshot 10-4 in the third and 42-21 in the game. They were guilty a little bit of sitting on the lead, but it worked tonight.
It's something I think they had a habit of doing, though, with Curtis Joseph in the net. Cujo liked to stop a lot of rubber, so they really kind of, I guess, get him into the game. But I think this is a game that we saw everything happen, the fights, the goals, and I really believe that the Blues tried to sit on that lead a little too much in the third period. But when you get a goaltender that's playing as well as Curtis Joseph, as you can afford to do that. But certainly a big win for them, a character builder. Anytime you beat the Wings, you're a happy camper, and certainly not the way you want to end a game. You get outshot 42-21. That's not good. That doesn't put good vibes to your defensive play. But again, win's a win, and I think that's the thing that they were most important that came out of this game.
And the Blues finished the season with 85 points. In the playoffs, that particular, they went on to sweep Chicago in 4 straight games and then lost to Toronto in a hard-fought 7-game series.
I remember that well, too. It was a tough loss. That last game in Toronto was always tough, and they got blown out in that 7th game, which was really not a way to end the season. But again, you never know what could happen in a game of hockey, and again, it wasn't the lack of trying.
So tonight's Blues Classic features an early fight in the first period. The goalies got involved. Everybody was off the bench, and the Blues win 4-3 over the Detroit Red Wings. For my partner, Bernie Fedorko, I'm John Kelly. Thanks for joining us for another Blues Classic on FSN Midwest.